Hey, trucked up guys and gals, if your city was under a blackout or hit by a small survivable asteroid, you might have missed the social media buzz that Ford finally named and priced its affordable electric truck, the Fathom. And the internet immediately started writing Slate Auto's obituary. I think they might have this backwards. Once you get past Ford's headline price, these two trucks aren't actually entering the fight on equal terms. Let's look at what Ford really announced, what Slate already has, and which one may actually face the harder road to adoption. Let's down the periscope and deep dive into the Ford Fathom and get totally trucked up. Truck up. Oh, before I don my scuba gear, I have to say it. What a ridiculously stupid name. Did any of the marketing whizzes at Ford Motor Company fathom that using the badge Fathom is a shoe-in for Edsel-like memes just waiting to happen? 6 feet under? Deep sixed? Ford, what the frick were you thinking? There's my speculation, and it's a complete long shot, that somehow Ford pulled off a 6-foot bed, and thus the Fathom reference. But based on spy shots, the only way that's happening is with my earlier speculation that it might have a midgate based on all that padding around the window when we saw these vehicles. Take a look at these shots. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Still, Fathom. But here's the thing everybody's skipping past in the hot takes. We now know that Ford's Fathom starts at $28,350 US before you tack on that $1,595 destination fee and then the potential dealership gouging that will likely follow if it's popular. So realistically, you're looking at $29,945 out the door in the driveway or $50,000 out the door once Jimmy Bob's Honest Ford sales department has taken you to the cleaners and done that $5,000 ceramic wrap you didn't ask for. In Canada, it's around $40,000, but that's after gluing the $4,000 federal EVAP incentive on it and before all the fees and shipping and freight and all those things. Slate, $26,400 flat. Destination already baked in. That's basically a $3,500 gap on paper at the least. Close enough that, yeah, on price alone, people are freaking out that Ford just torpedoed. I did it again. Basically, threatened Slate's whole reason for existing. But price on a spec sheet and price in a buyer's driveway are two very different realities. But the numbers play into Slate's favor, yet again, when it comes to when. Fathom doesn't even open its pre-orders until early 2027. Ford is claiming fall 2027 deliveries. Oh, there's zero chance that'll be delayed.
Oh, shit.
Have you noticed all these EV rollouts and reveals are getting back, knocked back further and further and delayed longer and longer? I wonder why that is. Do you think it has a play or possibly a hint towards their lack of commitment to them? Just saying. Slate's already got people test driving market ready prototypes, already has an accessories ecosystem forming, has its ramp fully funded, service partnership deals inked, and a very cost effective distribution model ready to load up Slates off the assembly line. Pursuit of Something's video entitled Slate Truck Accessories Worth Buying and the Ones to DIY is a great example. Check out this video, I loved it. People are already building out DIY kits for these things. The biggest complaint so many pickup truck owners have is about right to repair and the ability to modify and accessorize their ride fully DIY. Ford is doing the opposite. In fact, it is lobbying the US government to try and make it illegal to work on your own frickin' truck. That's complete insanity. Slate has a good head start here, measured not only in months, but possibly well beyond a year, in a market where emotional buy-in and waitlist momentum matter almost as much as the spec sheet. You snooze, you lose. This is the part where I think the Fathom kills Slate crowd is missing the boat entirely. I can't help myself. They're just floating there in the deep, ready to be reeled in. Slate isn't trying to be a better truck than Fathom. It's trying to be a cheaper, dumber, more hackable truck. No screen, no power windows, plastic body panels. A truck built for the guy and gal who want to bolt their own stuff on it. Here's another video. Check out Current Electric's. It's entitled Would Real Mechanics Buy the $25,000 Slate Truck? This is so underrated, but not in the minds of consumers who are already on a seriously tight budget these days. If you read that video's comments, a lot of mechanics are reacting to this and say Slate nailed it by ditching the screen and power windows. It isn't a downgrade, it's the whole point. Fathom, on the other hand, it's a Ford. It comes with the much beloved corporate behemoth dealership networks, a warranty history that is equally revered, and all the outstanding recall bottlenecks and parts delays that, don't you worry, Ford is totally built tough and has it on their to-do list. Worse, Ford is attempting an entirely new way to assemble the Fathom, untested for the very first time. I'm not going to speculate on this one here. I'll leave this question for you. How is that going to work out, do you think? Hey, if you're exactly the type of person who wants to customize your existing EV truck, that's basically what I'm doing with my Ultimate F-150 Lightning build series. I'll put links to the videos to date in the description below if you're interested. Ford's the one with the harder adoption battle ahead. Why? Because Ford's dragging all this baggage into this segment that Slate doesn't have. Dealer markup culture, a terrible taste in the mouth of loyal Ford EV supporters on the mishandling of the Lightning. Basically, the fact it burned EV truck buyers once already. You can watch that video on Ford's 5 blunders that I did right here. Slate's selling direct, no haggle, and its cult of simplicity is arguably attracting a more loyal reservation holder than anything Ford can hope to build with the Fathom. But the biggest case for Slate? It's not trying to deceive anyone. It's made it clear that this is a subcompact, around town, urban, DIY, modifiable utility truck. It's not pretending to be what it's not. It's outright told us from the get-go what the payload and towing capacities are targeted for, and they are unapologetically nowhere near any mid-sized truck like a Tacoma or a Colorado. Ford is still calling this thing a mid-sized pickup while using the Fathom to target every market outside of the truck space, such as Toyota RAV4 and subcompact SUVs. It seems Ford's strategy is to further silo its gas and diesel pickup profits by building a moat around it and then spackle all the EVs outside of that space. By what we know so far, Fathom is not a mid-sized pickup, not even close. That's Ford's Ranger. The Maverick isn't really one. Although it's big, its specs are that of a compact truck. So what is the Fathom? Ford won't tell us. Slate did in its first reveal and has since improved on its own specs, not lowered them. That earns respect. And Ford, take note, it builds loyalty and trust. So no, Fathom's not deep sixing Slate. Different buyer, different mission, and Slate's got a running start. If anything, Ford's the one that needs to prove to people the Fathom is worth braving a Ford dealership for. So there you have it. But hey, that's just my Periscope view. Drop your take in the comments below. Team Fathom or Team Slate? And if you're not already part of the Trucked Up community, please click that like, subscribe, and bell notification icon because we're just getting started. As always, thanks for watching.